Thank you, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member, and good morning to our panel, and thank you all very much for your testimony and for your work, and for the employees you represent and speak for. I wanted to start, Mr. Corsi, to talk about budgeting predictability a little bit. In your testimony, you talk about budget predictability and its importance for management and government employment as an issue more broadly. I recently joined in introducing a bipartisan bill that would allow for biennial budgeting at the federal level, which is one of the things we do in my home state of New Hampshire. And so I'd love your thoughts about whether biennial budgeting would provide the kind of predictability you're looking for, as well as from a management and personnel angle, what challenges would biennial budgeting pose for you?
Senator, we tried biennial budgeting several years ago, and what I remember is the Congress was not willing to work that second year, which would have been wonderful because of the amount of time that is consumed in putting a budget together. You don't have a 2 million person workforce, and you don't get your budget till 6 months into the fiscal year. And then you're working on finalizing that next year's budget, and you don't even have a budget for the current year. Anything that we can do to put more predictability in the budget process, to give managers flexibility, and at least look into that next year. And in my testimony, I recommended actually 2 years out, for at least a planning level for the workforce, so that they can make decisions in the current year based on a known level in those other years. A very good example is an agency that works to be very efficient, and they save manpower resources, only for that then to draw the next line for reductions. You can't have an incentivized managers to look for efficiencies unless they have some predictability that they're going to have that workforce level in the future.
And my thinking too has been that if you spend if you do the biennial budget, you get the budget done, then you could use the second year to measure and assess and work with agencies in planning the next budget, as opposed to just constantly being in this cycle.